5, main engine ignition, all 3 engines up and burning, 2,
To whom it may concern.
1, and liftoff.
Lift? What is this, some Hollywood liposuction? Lift? You know we ain't about all that. Welcome to the Skull and Bones Show.
Welcome to the show.
We're just making random noises now?
I actually said it like I was constipated there. I'm sorry.
Well, hey, we are Skull and Bones Radio. My name is Jean Perrion here. We got my man Mickey 3 Jamersfield. Casey James is in the building.
What up?
Matt Manuel Hundo behind the board.
One hundo.
How is everyone? How's everyone doing? Good?
Doing good.
Thanksgiving was great, bro. I had a lot of food, man.
Everyone full?
Tired.
Everyone stuffed? Tired? Ready to get...
dude.
Yeah.
All right, wait. Today's a very special show because we have the one, the only...
V
Gomez! V Gomez is in the building. She is and
So good, I shouldn't have to.
Whoa, what an intro! What an intro!
For those of you that
How
don't
did you know? No, I'm just kidding.
V Gomez is an iHeartRadio DJ.
Yes.
V Gomez.
She's like a sister to all of us around here.
She is like a
Family
sister.
member.
For sure.
She watches out over us guys around here.
Yeah, she keeps us in check. She gives us all of our
Someone's got to do
advice.
I'm excited to be here, you guys.
Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for coming in, V.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm super good. I'm excited. I'm telling you, I've had a long week. This is a great way to end it. And I'm excited to see, this whole podcast. I've never done a podcast, so let's...
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank
Again,
you.
we're
I'm
glad to
excited.
have you. So Mick was telling us that you had, actually, before we go too far into it, make sure our listeners check out skullandbonesradio.com as well as on iHeartRadio. You can check us out on Skull and Bones Radio. Facebook, all that good stuff. V Gomez,
Make sure you get the plugs, man.
where can our listeners find you at?
Twitter, Instagram, everything VGomez _ on the air.
Okay, I like it.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Mick was telling me you had an interesting story for us. That's why we wanted to get you in here to
Let's
shed
start
some
from
light.
the beginning. Mick is an interesting guy. So I was
You've known Mick for some time now.
I didn't know he knew Jean, and we just had a classic. We didn't really know each other, and then it just kind of happened. We had like 2 classes, and he's Jean. He knows Jean or whatnot, and so we're like, oh, what's up? And we all of a sudden became best friends. So I was getting coffee with. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I see Mick at the station. And of course, we're, it's all love. We're giving, each other a hug, whatever. He's like, yo, you got a condom story? And I was like, whoa.
That's just such a weird thing to start out with.
random.
No, the funny thing is that's such a Mick comment. Like, it was an appropriate comment from Mick. It was probably inappropriate for literally anybody else.
And you weren't surprised.
I was not surprised. And so I was like, actually, I do. So it's not like a funny, it has nothing to do with me. I just thought it was kind of funny, and I shared it with Mick. And so now you want me to share it with everybody?
Yeah.
Well, because she like I said, she's like a family member to all of us, and she watches out for all of us guys around here. And it's funny because she's actually an aunt in real life, and so she got little nieces and nephews and stuff like that. She got to watch for her, in her own family, and I thought it was a hilarious story. So I don't know.
All right, so if you don't think it's funny, just laugh along. I'm just kidding. No, this is what happened. I was at my sister's house, and it's true I have a lot of nieces and nephews. One of them, he just turned 15. And
So he's at that age.
Right at
He's
the
at
age.
That's
that
puberty age, right?
Man, this
He thinks
boy,
he's like bagging every girl known to man, right?
you know
I
what?
remember that
He's
age.
super cute. He's super. He really is fly. But I have to just like downplay that because man, this kid like knows it. So he thinks he's just the man. He walks around like he's just like got it all. I'm like, calm down. So we were watching TV. And Mean Girls was on, and who's seen Mean Girls?
Oh, dude, I had
yeah.
a sister, so
I've
she
seen
made
Everybody?
me watch it with her. Yeah.
That's awesome, by the way. So Mean Girls was on, and it was like that scene where, oh my God, the main girl, she calls a girl's mom, and she's pretending she was from Planned Parenthood.
No, did she really?
Yeah, in the movie. So she's like, oh, is your daughter there? And then, she's like, oh, well, have her call Planned Parenthood. I got her results.
I don't remember that part.
Such a mean girl thing to do, right? So I'm watching it with my nephew, and I was like, "Oh, if you got a call like that here at the house, like you would be in major trouble." And he's like, "Safe sex all day."
I got broads in Atlanta.
That sounds such like a Casey James thing that to say.
So this kid thinks he's so dope. He's like, safe sex all day. And then I was like, yo, like they don't even make condoms that small. So then he goes, you sure about that? And I was like, what? Like, you sure about that? That was his response. We just started dying laughing. I was like, you're so stupid. So
he's challenging you, it sounds like.
He is. And he swears that he's had sex, but then when I try to get real with him, I'm like, have you really? And he's like, oh, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Does he have an active girlfriend or anything like that right now?
No, not that we know about, but these kids, man, you don't know these days. Not that we know about,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you
Not
don't
that
even
we
know about
about.
us kids.
Monogamy is for schmucks, man.
I was about to say, we have phone
Word?
capabilities.
Don't even.
We have phone capabilities here. We could prank call him and say his girl's knocked up. Damn!
Oh,
Bro,
no.
today in middle schoolers, bro, they all like promiscuous as hell, dude.
It's a scary time. You know what? Okay, so I'm in a room full of guys. Let me ask you, seriously, when you're 15, like, so is that like the typical age? Like, is he lying to me?
I lost my virginity at 14. 14?
Okay.
I'm proud of it.
Okay.
Nah, I was 18. It took a while for me.
21.
I was at 18.
You were at 18?
I was at 18. I fooled around.
21.
Huh?
21.
Wow.
What, for real?
Oh my gosh.
Late bloomer. That's all right.
I told you this.
We talked about this before.
I told you this, man.
Matt got drunk for the first time and then
What is this thing? I don't know.
You know what though, V? This may
Yeah.
be a little much for you, but if you really want to get him, and as a brother, I'd probably ask him this. I'd be like, hey, so okay, tell me what kind of noise does it make when you're having sex? Like what kind of noise? You know, because it's like a slapping sound, right?
Well,
So-
it depends on the silhouette, which kind you're in. You know?
well,
Yeah.
if he's seen
So that- I don't know
porn,
if-
he would know the answer even if he's ever watched porn or anything. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if he's lying in that, but whatever. You know what? If he's having sex, hopefully it is safe sex. Though.
Does he have girls coming over to the place?
No, but
No?
we're Latinos. We don't do that. Like,
What? Are you? No.
no, hell no.
I don't believe that.
We do not. We're not allowed to have like people we're dating up in the crib at 15 years old. Like that is some other
why they-
nationality stuff.
Like he has no girlfriends or no girls calling?
No, aren't you half Mexican?
Yeah.
And okay, so that's
John's a player, though.
He got 2 phones. I bet you he got 2
But
phones.
here's the thing. Like my mom was really protective, and she for
is
the
she
longest
Mexican
time
or
Yes.
Because you're Mexican and
white. But for the longest time, I couldn't have a girlfriend. My mom made a big fuss about just girls calling the place. But when I was growing up through middle school, I had girls.
I want to do a show with Matt. Matt is just on point.
Matt's really a hip hop guy on the inside. But I at least had girls calling the place growing up. So if he has no girls coming over, no girls calling the place, then it might be kind of questionable. But
you know, he's got
Who
a
knows?
cell phone. I don't know. I don't go through this.
What kind of girls you got calling the place growing up?
He had to pay him, bro.
me?
He ain't telling you that part.
I know. I had girls, like my girlfriends calling the place. Like even though my mom said no girlfriends, no girls calling, like I still did it.
You need to get your own landline, baby. You should have got a second line.
Oh,
Your
this
mama
was
told
growing.
you no phones?
We
Y'all
had a-
remember the long
yeah, we had-
cords? Y'all
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah,
The
I
long
remember those,
cords?
yeah.
like these yeah.
Exactly,
Kids
like the
never
headphone
understand.
cords.
Kids
Oh
never
my God, the
understand.
struggle of like hoping to God nobody else in the house answers the phone.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
My dad listened in one
Or
time.
having to try to call them, and you know they get the dad on the line when you try
Yeah.
to call, and it's like, can I speak to your daughter?
I called this girl for homework help once. I swear to God, it was only homework help. And I called.
We believe you.
The mom. Thanks. 21 is not that weird. The mom picked up and was like, "Hey, honey, how you doing?" I'm like, "It's Matt. I'm calling for your daughter." And she's like, "Oh, I totally thought you were my husband." I'm like, "I can be." No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, here's what we did growing up though, because my older brother, he was like a big kind of quote unquote playboy. He always had girls. But growing up, when I was like 14 or 15, he'd get girls that called the house, right? And we had 2 phones, so I'd always be the one who got on the other phone line, and I'd kind of eavesdrop on their conversation.
Well, you're
kinda,
the little brother. That's what
that's what I
you're supposed to
did.
do.
But yeah, I would definitely do that.
Wait, hold up. What did you hear? What did you hear? That was nuts.
Oh, you know, he always just flirtatious, you know, hey baby, hey girlfriend, you know. But like he'd always hear me giggling on the phone as he was doing that.
It's so funny to me because you're like a brother to me, so I'm like trying to like picture you like spitting game like that. I could just imagine Sean.
I was a big
Mick
pain in the
looks-
butt.
Were you?
Yeah, especially
You
like
don't
when I
seem
was
like it.
when I was from like I don't know in middle school for sure, freshman year.
mischievous.
Yeah, and I did stuff like that. I would like
Really?
I would eavesdrop on him on the phone. Yeah,
You seem like you'd be like easy to raise. Now Mick seems like, oh my gosh, I'd be praying to God every moment of the day. And Casey, I don't know yet. I don't know.
I
can't
like
figure
to
out.
leave it that way. I'm a big mystery.
I feel like Casey has his moments, but overall, it's pretty easy.
Dude, I bet you Casey got
Matt
little kids
is
running
like-
around and he don't even know it.
Nah, don't be.
Matt is like, I'd like to have a son like Matt and be able to sleep at night.
Oh, geez, that sounds like a diss rather than a compliment.
No, not a diss. I love you, Matt. It's all good.
That's a compliment.
I'm just coming from that perspective because this is my nephew I was talking about.
Yeah. So is he the only one like that thinks he's a big playboy? What about your nieces? What are they like?
Oh, yeah. They're little. Okay. They're little. We don't talk
They're
like
starting
that.
earlier and earlier, right?
No.
I just didn't know if you had any problems out of them.
No.
Keep my hands to myself. I mean, I could, but why would I want to?
Oh man, that's an old one. Yeah,
it
used
is.
that one in a while.
Selena Gomez. That's funny. So that was my condom story. Did you have any other ones?
Any other condom stories?
Yeah. Did anybody else in here have any?
Well,
No.
I mean, who uses condoms? Like, raise your hands here.
Matt's all about raw dogging.
What?
Yeah, he raw dogs.
Okay, we're giving out way too much information. This is pillow talk. Okay,
Matt-
this is not locker room talk time.
Matt turned 21 and wilded out. It was like, no coming back.
And your mom don't listen, does she? Does your mom listen?
Hell yeah, she says that she starts to listen and starts to get graphic. She turns it off. Good job, Mom. Mom, this is the time. Turn it off, Mom.
I'm sorry, Miss Anderson.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't know. Back in high school, like, I obviously didn't have sex during high school. And, but, you know, you always have those moments where you're like, all right, I'm about to go to this party. I'm going to buy some, like, one of those 3-pack condoms. This might not be enough. But,
So a lot of hopeful condoms.
No, I did too. Yeah, I bought condoms and hopefully, I would like, yes, I'm, 16. I may never use them,
More
but
hopeful condoms.
I was hopeful. Yeah.
I felt like a man having a condom in my wallet.
Yeah.
Problem is, us guys were idiots because we don't realize, like, well, at least for me, because I got a big butt, bro. So when I was set on my wallet, man, I'm pretty sure it was just like I was just ruining it. You know what I mean? You just like poke holes through them and stuff like that. You know?
oh, that's the worst.
Oh yeah, dude.
I think that's just more of like a stigma.
That's
It's
what
like
chicks
just
do.
have one with you.
I met someone who actually told me her friend, or she knows people, who like actually legit put holes in condoms. Like I thought that was like a joke.
That's so
None of my-
shady.
That has to be a
None of my
crime.
friends, none of my friends. I don't roll with like yo.
That's terrible.
I personally, like, I feel like I can't trust you.
Yeah,
That's some Judge Judy stuff right there,
she's
bro.
gonna lock him
I
in
was
for
summer
sure.
16. I'm telling you, guys.
Plain
I was
dirty,
like-
not clean.
I know. I feel like I've heard of girls doing that, and then I actually met. I have a friend, and she knows people who have done that, and I'm like, what?
Oh god,
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's at another level of crazy.
Yeah.
God, you better be like a ball player. Or something. You better be like
I have
one
to
of
say
these
though,
rappers.
I'm really lucky that I turned out to be a guy because if had I been a chick, bro, I'd have like 20 kids by now. I'd probably be rich though, because I'd sucker some rich dude to like marry me. I'd probably like trap him. You know what I mean? Like I got 3 of your kids, mother. You know what I mean?
I can
You
see
mother
that.
effer.
And you better bet my daughter's gonna be on lockdown. I'm not gonna let her.
You know, John wants a little girl.
That was the Mexican side of him talking.
Could you imagine John as a dad?
Absolutely. Yeah.
think it'd
What
be
does
a
that
good one?
mean? What does that
He's
even
already
mean?
Yeah.
a dad, basically.
What does that mean?
He's calming everybody down around here.
Okay, look, this is, first of all, Mick, you probably know him a little better, but I know John to be, like, responsible and
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's dad
Pay my
thing.
bills.
cool, collected. And then, like, I come in here and, like, my emotions are crazy, and he's like, V, it's okay, all right? It's going to be
Yeah.
okay. Like, see, he's, like, the calm one to me. He's totally a parent, I think.
There you go.
I know a whole different side of him. Maybe that's why I have a different perspective. But
Here we go.
He knows the Patron side.
All right, I'm more of a whiskey guy.
That's the white side back there.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I definitely would for sure. Like my daughter be complete lockdown, no guys, no nothing.
okay,
Shotgun
while.
status?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you. So you want a daughter rather than a son?
No, I want a son, but if I had a daughter, you best believe I'm going to be super
Everybody's
protective
a
of
little
her.
afraid to have a girl, huh?
Yeah.
And raise her. Especially, gosh, these days are worse than...
Are you afraid to have a daughter?
I would love to have a daughter. But I will put my foot in someone's I will make sure.
Yeah.
So I would love to have a daughter. So I could teach her a lot because I feel like I give, girls advice and I believe in strong women and I would love to raise one day. But it is a scary thought, like what could happen. But I'd be afraid for a guy too. That's what I'm saying. I would love a son like Matt. Like
I'll be godparent. I'll come out with a shotgun and be like, hello? To my left?
Hey, but V, I got a question for you then. So
Yeah.
what happened if you had a daughter but she turned out to be a wild child girl? Like how would you discipline her or would you just kind of be safe?
Would I
I bet V
discipline
would beat
her?
her butt.
I think John knows it. Would I discipline her?
Hell yeah.
You think she would?
If not, your dad would. Her grandpa.
Let me tell you that there is no chilling, sitting back. Like, oh, okay, you